MrBeast has built a $700 million empire. And you may know him as just that guy from YouTube. But in this video, I'm going to explain to you how MrBeast has not just gone viral, but he has been able to turn attention into equity and what most creators don't understand about what he's really building. Now, this isn't just a YouTuber selling chocolate. It's the blueprint and how anyone can engineer a scalable, investor-backed e-commerce brand from pure attention. So this video will show you how you could go from just hoping for clicks to becoming someone who can build generational wealth. Now, the first thing is you must understand that we live in a generation now where attention is the new capital. People who have been able to get as much attention and keep that attention have been able to build a life for themselves, right? Kai Cenat has done that. MrBeast has done that. Speed has done that. And these people are becoming wealthier than even CEOs of certain companies. Now, this is MrBeast's process. These three things are his framework. Attention engine with over 200 million subscribers and 100 million views per video is been able to create a global trust machine. See, if people can stick with you, watch you over and over and over and over again, there's something you're doing right. Because it's not everybody that can get that much attention and retain that attention for decades, right? Now, what he has done well that most creators are not doing is he stopped getting paid to promote and instead he got rich from ownership, right? And this is a shift that happens when you start thinking long-term. Instead of how much money can I get paid now, he flipped it and went from getting paid peanuts to then becoming a CEO of a scalable company, right? Now, and this was the craziest part. He created an explosive launch. Feastables did $10 million in the first month sales with zero traditional marketing. Let me repeat that again. Feastables did $10 million. Imagine becoming an 8-figure brand within the first month of launching. And I'm going to explain to you how he's been able to make this possible and what you can take away from it. Now, he did a switch. As you will see, he did a pivot from being a creator to becoming an operator. First, he built the right audience, right? He cultivated massive attention and trust through consistent content. Then once he has been able to capture that attention, he now transferred the attention into something else by creating a product. So he developed something his audience already wants. Now you might be thinking, what exactly am I talking about here? The core of his audience are teenagers to a specific age. And he created a mass market product that could sell. So you also have to think from that perspective. How do I go from getting paid peanuts by YouTube AdSense or by whatever platform that you're creating on to building something, creating a product that you could easily get before your audience? And now he went from borrowing attention to converting it into brand equity that I can control. Now, if YouTube were to disappear today, MrBeast will be good for the rest of his life. Why? He has been able to divert the attention from just the videos into something that he has ownership in. And the smartest way he's been able to do that is he's been able to build a business beyond himself. He builds systems that don't require his constant presence. That's exactly what I teach within my community, the Ecom Accelerator. I've built and sold 2 brands for $128 million. I'm building my watch brand to $100 million mark. And I show creators, executives, and athletes how they could do the exact same thing for themselves. So your time and attention is not just tied to what exactly you create around. This is what he did. He created a Trojan horse, and that was Feastables. He used videos to validate product market fit at massive scale before launch. What he was doing, he was seeding his audience through his content. He was constantly placing his products in his videos, and that led to a lot of demand. That's the exact same thing I did with my watch brand. I was constantly placing my watches in every video that I put out, and my videos accrued over 100 million views, and we got 400,000 people on the wait list who are looking to buy my watches, and our watches go from $4,500 to $8,500. So think about that for a minute. I disrupted the traditional way of getting attention for my product. And it's the exact same thing that MrBeast did. DTC first approach. He built a direct-to-consumer engine with Shopify before expanding to retail. And it was that simple. All he had to do was set up a storefront and get his stuff before his consumers. And once he had nailed that, then he moved straight into retail expansion. And how did he do that? By strategically moving into Walmart, Target, and 7-Eleven for wider reach. Now, obviously, he has attention, yes, but there are still people offline. And for him to do that, it was very, very strategic by getting into shelves that exist in places. And that's where distribution really counts. Now, for what he did, he gamified it and created scarcity, artificial scarcity. The Willy Wonka style contest, which he uses to create urgency and community building. It's the exact same thing I did, right? We create just 400 pieces per drop of the watches, and we only produce 1,200 pieces in a year. But we have over 400,000 people looking to get their hands on a watch. So for this to happen, you engineer the desire that people already have. And it's the exact same thing you did too. If this sounds like something you're interested in, just DM me on Instagram, Mentor, and you will be asked to fill some questions. If you're a good fit, then we'll proceed. Now, he was able to build a demand loop. First, you engage with entertaining videos that feature his products by you binging his content. Then two, you emotionally buy in. You connect with the story and community behind the product, which then leads to you becoming a part of the story and spreading that to others. And that leads to you purchasing the product and trying the product as an extension of the content experience. This feeds the same thing. What I did too was you binge my videos and it features my product, and then we move into you emotionally connecting to the story behind why Phoenix Watches was launched. We created this for men who have built their lives from scratch and have become something of significance. And then you become a part of the story, because now you buy into the product, you purchase the product, you want to share with the world, and boom, that's the demand loop. So once you have all of these things in place, then you become investor ready and have certain infrastructures in place. With MrBeast, he was able to raise $5 million from Knight Ventures to accelerate his growth. And because of the initial sales that he was able to generate in the first month, it made him very, very appealing to investors. And then he built the right audience reach because he has the distribution nailed down. Over 200 million people constantly seeing him. He was able to distribute his product through his subscribers. So I want you to understand that the product isn't just the chocolate. It's the story, the scarcity, and the tribe. Does that make any sense? Now, he is going to become a billionaire with what he's building right now because he's building it to exit. And if he was to exit, which is to sell this company, it could potentially sell it for $2 to $3 billion within the next 2 years, because the potential valuation is based on his ecosystem strength, which I've already shared initially. And that will allow him to expand his reach beyond the initial markets because he is a global image. It's not just known in America. It's not just known in Europe. It's known everywhere, right? Even in Africa. So he has clean financials and data because he owns customer relationship and he maintains a strong operation. Now, this is Operation 2.0. What he is doing is he's developing the right team by grooming the next generation of creators within the ecosystem, and he's moving beyond CPG into the new categories. And he has operations that don't require his constant presence. So this is the blueprint for any creator to go from being just a creator who gets paid stipends to becoming a kingmaker, right? Build the audience and trust through consistent content, then monetize through sponsorships and affiliate partnerships as an influencer, then launch your own products, leveraging your audience attention, and become a kingmaker by building systems and teams that scale beyond yourself. If you enjoyed this, this is the exact blueprints that you could also leverage, right? You don't need 200 million followers to apply these principles. You don't need to start with 10 or 30 million followers. All you need to do is build brands that print cash and grow without constant input, and position your business for funding and potential exits. Now, if you want to learn, DM me, apply on Ecom with Abdul on Instagram, or click the form in the description and go apply. So you join our coaching community to build your own version of brand. Now, if this intrigues you, then you want to check out the video that I did on how Kai Cenat is building $100 million empire. I'll see you in the next video.